after knowing the whole story? Tell me in the comment section which side are you? Sunnyvale or Shady side? Okay, you guessed me right. Today I want to talk about Fear Street Part 3. But before starting the review, I would be really glad if you please subscribe to my channel and support us. Thank you guys. So let's talk about this. So after 3 weeks, we have finally come to the conclusion. We have finally come to the climax movie. We have finally come to the last part of Fear Street, that is Fear Street 3 1666. And I want to say that the makers have been successfully able to capture our attention, get us hooked, hold on to these 3 movies, and they have successfully managed to capture our interest into this movie, because normally we would be like, I don't care. But still, these 3 weeks, with the coming of all these 3 movies, I was really hooked to the franchise, and I was really eager to know the secrets of Sarah Fear. Please mind you, this is a spoiler review, so I can give some spoilers. It's already 3 days release of the movie, so I don't mind giving spoilers. Okay, and I think neither you all will be, you won't mind if I give spoilers. So the first part is, this movie itself is divided into 2 parts. The first hour is covered by the 1666 part, and the second hour takes us back to the present time, that is 1994 part. So thank God they kept the 1666 part for 1 hour small, because Fear Street is really a fast-paced movie. It's a fast movie, and I think 1666 part was not as strong as the first movie or the second movie or the 1994 part which showed in this movie itself. You know, I think it is the weakest. It is actually a village drama that takes place there, and it takes us into the account of the story of Sarah Fear, of what actually had happened and how it happened, how did the incidents took place that led to the so-called legend of Sarah Fear. So it was slow, it was a bit drag also, and I think it was the weakest in all the part. The one thing that I liked about that is that they have used all the old actors in the 1666 part. Yes, instead of introducing new actors, they have used all the actors which we have seen in the previous part. So this was a very pleasing to the eye for me, because it also gave me a ray of hope, and there was a smile on my face when I saw all that actors which have had their parts in the previous movies. So I think it was a really good and a nice move. And we got to see Sarah Fear's story, which was okay, which was at the end of the day, it makes sense, but it was not very something strong or like something very shocking. You know, practically the part was very simple. You know, the people, they worship the evil for power and other materialistic things, and the plot is nothing new, which is followed in this plot is worshipping the evil has been followed in so many horror movies, and which lead to the consequences like rich getting richer and poor getting unhappier, and like rich exploit poor people. So these were the concepts which have been used in multiple movies, so it was nothing new. I was looking out for something more innovative. I thought they should have done some twists and turns in the plots, but it was flat simple out there, which is basically we discuss in the modern times. So yes, it was on the suspense part, on the backstory part, I don't find it really interesting. And though the performance was really good, but I had one expectation with 1666 part, because I thought they will show a lot of killers in the movie which they had not shown in the previous movies, and they were only introduced as snapshots. And yes, they were like shots, they were simply shots of these killers. They were not given more screen timing as the SAG guy was given in the second movie. Like the whole second movie was based on that guy, on the axe guy. And even I was thinking that the milkman story, the boy with the baseball bat and the eye guy, I thought his story will be shown more here, but nothing was shown in the 1666 part. And then I think overall I conclude that this village drama was very written not written in a way that has not appealed to the audience and had not lived up to the expectations. But then after 1 hour the movie switched back to the 1994 part, where we see Dina, Josh, and all the old characters who were in the first movie and in the second movie itself, so the movie comes back to the present times. And the one thing that I like about 1994 part, that it again gained speeds, it gained momentum, and then the whole fast-paced drama and the adventure still continue like the first movie. Like the second movie, the pacing gets good, and the scene in the mall where they are all setting up the booby traps to capture the killers and the monsters, I think that was my favorite part. And when the killers comes in, and the all the first things that happened, all the things that happened, all the fun and adventure that happened, so that was really entertaining to watch. And then we see a happy ending, and now there's no distinction or no difference between Sunnyvale and Shadyside, and things are good. And I think 1994 part in this movie was more fast-paced, edgy, and thrilling as compared to 1666 part. So yes, this was my spoiler review of Fear Street Part 3. If you have liked this movie, or if you have watched this movie, then comment below, let me know, and please support us by subscribing to our channel. Thank you guys, take care, lots of love, and continue watching.